Number 73, calculate the enthalpy of combustion of butane, which is C4H10 gas, for the formation of H2O gas and CO2 gas. The enthalpy of formation of butane is negative 126 kilojoules per mole. Okay, so we're doing a combustion reaction, right? Seems like all the concepts that we've learned in like previous chapter, they're never going to go away, right? Yeah, that's the hard part about chemistry. So we got to go back to what we learned about combustion reactions and how to balance them or how to make them. We've done that, right? And if you need a refresher, you could always go back to chapter 4, I believe, and check out those videos to just see, what to do about those. So this is going to kind of be a little refresher. So remember, combustion is always with the hydrocarbon. We have carbon and hydrogen. So we have C4H10, and that's a gas, okay? And remember, with combustion to happen, it always has to be in the presence of air, aka oxygen. So I have to add O2, and that's a gas. And then I will form my two products. Remember, with combustion, it's always plus O2 and yields CO2 plus H2O, right? Now, they're just being specific. It's always H2O gas and CO2 gas. Kind of makes sense, right? When we burn propane or butane, or when you see a fire, you don't see water come spurting out all over the place, right? Because the water is in a gas form. It's not a liquid form. So I'm just going to say that we will make CO2 gas plus H2O gas. Okay, cool. Now, in order to find the enthalpy, which remember is delta H, right? Enthalpy, delta H, H values, we need to find out what each H value is for each component. So they told us that the enthalpy of formation of butane is negative 126. So I'm just going to put that on the bottom here. Now, for the rest of them, I had to find these values on an appendix. So the textbook that I was using, I went in the back of the textbook, and I found out the delta H values for O2 gas, H2O gas, and CO2 gas. So for O2, it's 0. And then for CO2 gas, it's negative 393.51. And then for the H2O, it's negative 241.82. I just want to point out, guys, just be careful because there is H2O gas and then there's H2O liquid. Just make sure that you're taking the H2O gas numbers, not the liquid ones. Okay. Let me just pull this up a little bit. All right. Now, before we even get to the math, we wrote an equation, but that's not good enough. We need to make sure that it's balanced. So pause the video if you want to try to balance it, and then just check with my answer. This is going to kind of go quick because this is like a refresher. We've done tons of problems in chapter 4 dealing with balancing equations. So I'm just going to run with it, all right? I got 4 carbons. So I put a 4 here to balance the carbons. I got 10 oxygens. 10 oxygens, Christina, what are you doing? 10 hydrogens. So I'm going to put a 5 here. And oh no, this one's going to be a fraction. I have 4 times 2. So I have a total of 8 oxygen here, plus 5 oxygen. So 8 plus 5 is what? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So now, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put a 13 over 2 to balance out the oxygen, but we can't leave it as a fraction. So we always just take the whole equation and times it by 2 to change the coefficients. So let me just clean this up. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to multiply every coefficient. So there was a 1 here. 1 times 2 is now 2. So let's just get rid of that. And maybe I'll make this a little bigger. 13 over 2 times 2 is now just 13. Big numbers here. This is going to be a crazy combustion, I could tell you that. Let's see. 4 times 2 is 8. And then we got 5 times 2 is 10. All right. Balancing done. Now we are ready to use the formula. We have to find the enthalpy of this whole combustion equation. The delta H for any equation is this formula right here, right? Basically, if you want to find out the delta H, how much heat is produced for a whole reaction, Rxn is reaction, you're just going to take the sum, literally add the delta H's of the products minus the sum of the delta H's of the reactants. Basically, you need to get one number for your reactant side and one number for your product side, and then just plug it in. Well, how do we do that? Well, we take the values that were given to us, so the negative 126, the 0, the negative 393.51, and the negative 241.62, and we will multiply them by how many of each we have in our balanced equation. We use the coefficients. So for example, since I have 2 butanes, C4H10, I'll multiply this by 2. There's 13 O2s, so technically I should multiply that by 13, but it's still going to be 0. There's 8 CO2s, so I multiply that number by 8, and then there's 10 waters, so I multiply that by 10. Now, since it's C4H10 plus O2, literally you have to plus these two numbers together. There's a plus sign here. I'm just going to add that. And then the same thing goes for the product side, CO2 plus H2O. So I just need to plus the two numbers together, and maybe let me scoop in here. Maybe I'll just to kind of show you there you go. All right, so for the reactant side, it's just going to be 2 times 126. So 2 times 126. So I get a negative 252. And then for the product side, this one's going to be a big number, a big negative. Let's see, 8 times a negative 393.51 plus 10 times negative 241.82. Whoa, negative 5,566 per 0.28. All right, now we're ready to do the formula. The delta H for the whole reaction would be the products, so negative 5,566.28 minus the reactants, which is a negative 252. So remember, keep change. If you're subtracting by a negative, it's just plus a positive. And let's see, the delta H for the reaction is. So let's see what we get. All right, so negative 5,566.28 plus 252. And we get a negative 5,314.28. And remember, right, delta H is kilojoules per mole, but hold the phone. This is kilojoules. But now if we're talking about the combustion of butane, right, and the butane is C4H10, how many butanes were in this balanced equation? Yeah, there was 2 of them. So I can't just say that this is kilojoule per mole, because this assumes that it's 1 mole. But if we're talking about the combustion of butane, in our formula, it was per 2 moles of butane, which is C4H10. And now we can simplify this, right? This is technically 5,304.2 kilojoules divided by the 2 moles of the butane that was in the equation. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to write it over here. We actually have a simplified delta H. So just be careful about that, guys, okay? So our delta H of the reaction would be whatever that is divided by 2 for the 2-butane. And now I can say it's just kilojoules per mole. So now it's negative 2,657.14. Right? 14? Yeah. Kilojoules per mole. And maybe I'll put the kJ down here. Kilojoules per mole. And now we are done. So in order to burn basically 1 mole of butane, we are going to release 2,657.14 kilojoules. Wowzers. So hopefully this helped. Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for viewing the video. Let's keep studying hard. Good luck on all your future tests and quizzes. And if you want to help us out, press the subscribe button. All right, just gets the word out there that this cool free service exists. So thank you. All right, see you later. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye.